Yo, what's up? Welcome to the After Party Video Podcast for the After Party, the Friday Church After Party Video Podcast. Did I mention it's the After Party Video Podcast?
Wait, what is it?
The church's After Party Video Podcast. We're live. Well, actually, we're not live.
No, we're not.
Because we're going to show everybody after we record.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude, we should do a live podcast.
I don't know.
That's risky.
It is risky.
That's risky.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's scary.
Answer questions from the comments. I think it'd be pretty cool.
That is pretty. This might ask this question we don't know the answer to, though.
I'm sorry, I don't know that. Just skip the question and pretend like you didn't read it.
Yeah. Well, what is that, por favor? Me no speak English. No.
No hablo inglés.
Yeah. So, man, we got some guests up. Well, not guests, but we have some new people on the video podcast. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and do a round party. We got my two beautiful nieces that are joining us, and if you want to wave to let the world know how man. So they're my woadies.
What now?
I've been knowing them.
Oh man,
my woadies. Like what?
That's the first time I ever heard that word.
That's an old people saying.
Dude,
right
like
there.
What up, Wody?
Yeah, like say round.
Bro,
It's been a minute.
chill out.
It ain't been a minute. So, anyways, I've been knowing them their entire lives because I'm their uncle, and I'm just it's a blessing to see them at the table. So, yeah, actually, why don't you just pass that and y'all just say hey into it? Just
hello.
Go ahead. Well, Milani said no. She's just waved. She's good enough with a wave. But let's go around the table and just introduce ourselves. I know we have Audrey up in the house.
Well, ain't no point in her introducing herself anymore.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I don't like talking. Everybody just go around. No, we got. Go ahead.
Troy Boje.
Troy Boje. Y'all know him.
Are we
He's
saying
been.
our last names?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless, yeah. Go ahead.
Ethan Billiot.
Ethan Bill Yacht.
Yeah, buddy.
Audrey BB.
Audrey BB. That's a cool last name.
Rick.
That's it. Just Rick.
Coach Sugar.
So I'm just Stefan. Lividius.
Pastor
Cheese. Pastor. Yeah. So, man, love, we're just going to jump into it. We're just going to talk about tonight's service because it was just absolutely phenomenal. You know, the Holy Spirit fell. He moved. Tonight we did something a little different. We actually had childcare because we're in one building, so we don't have childcare. So we Hope had the great idea of, hey, we have a big old house and let's just have childcare at our home. Why y'all laughing at me? It's because
Idea.
idea. So she had an idea.
There you go.
So we had childcare at the house. So people dropped off their kids at the house before they came to church, and my niece, Haven, stayed with the kids. And the kids were great, right? So no broken bones, which ain't bad when you got, So the kids were good, right?
Yeah,
That's
they were
impressive.
good until Miss Marcy came in, and then they started going crazy.
Yeah, familiar faces. So, hey, that great. Like we can good now. And then the parents are here. Let's go wild. Yeah. So I know my kids started going wild as soon as we got here.
That's how I was as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was scared to death.
I was a little demon when I was through my grandma. This woman, for the things I put her through, dude, when I was a kid, I don't know how she still likes me. Like, I remember there's this one, we used to fight so much. And there was this time where she just had it. She was like, I'm done. I'm not coming back. Blah, blah, blah. I'm calling your mom. And a part of me was like, yes, I finally got rid of her. But the other part of me was like, yo, that's my grandma. Like, I was torn. Love her, though. Love Nanny.
You was what?
Was torn between how to feel.
I thought you said you was torn. I'm like, what are you in between 2 and 1? I mean, I'm torn. My bad. I do that all the time. So, man, let's just talk about the service tonight because it was just incredible. So we'll go around the table and y'all could just talk about,
it was really good.
maybe the service, what the Lord's doing in your lives, things like that. So just go around the table if you got something to share. We can start off with the worship. How was worship?
Boy, it was amazing. Like, I've only been saved for 3 years now, and I've been a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm joking.
But I've been to a lot of worship concerts, worship things, services, and that was definitely my favorite ever. It was amazing. We had a lot of new people like Rick and Bobby. New singing up there today, and it was just amazing. Like, it was great. And I was just praying the whole time I was singing as well. The Spirit was moving. People were getting touched by God. And the first time you called up, Ethan went up, Miss Marcy went up, and your Hope's mom went up. And yesterday at Bible study, Aileen was telling me and Ricky how, since we're men of God who know the Lord, we need to start pursuing the gifts more. And one of those gifts is like prophecy. And so I prayed because you called up if you need healing of the body. So I was like, Lord, if you want me to speak healing over somebody, I know you can do it. I've seen you do it. Tell me. If you just want me to tell somebody something, tell me, and I'll do it. And I sat there for a second because I didn't want to go up until I knew God was telling me to do something. And I'm not going to disclose what he told me to tell Miss Marcy, but immediately when he told me, I started crying. I was like, yeah, I have to. I can't just not. So I went up, I told her the word, we prayed, and it was awesome.
That's cool. It's cool anytime the Lord uses you, you know.
Most definitely.
So, well, what about you, E?
Man, I don't even know where to begin. I think as soon, like, I didn't even want to do announcements. Like, I love doing announcements, but
Dude,
I was so ready.
I'm so proud of you for doing that. I finally got to see him do it, and it was just awesome.
I missed that.
I'm just glad
Came in like 3 minutes
he didn't crack a
late.
joke like he did last week.
that nobody got until like a minute later.
I got it. As soon
I gotta
as you
get
said
the
it.
video from my grandma of me just standing there like, is he gonna get the joke? No.
He cracked a joke.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
That's
like.
wild.
And Miss Marcy finally got it. She was the only one that laughed really loud. But
So, like, here's the backstory to that, because we were at Bible study.
What was the joke?
I don't. It was something about. It was like a
There's gonna
long,
be a New
like
Year's Eve party at
Yeah.
Stefan's house.
Yeah.
it's Steph.
it was like
so
a dragged
I look
out
over and
joke.
Steph-
But at Bible study, he was telling me like, man, I'm about to do the announcements, but I've never really talked in front
I
of people
did hear
before.
that. I did hear that.
And I was giving him tips. I was like, I've always been pretty decent at talking in front of people.
So crack a joke on
When
your
I'm-
pastor?
Yeah, no, not that. Well, a little bit.
I mean, it was perfect.
I was
So
like,
oh, I guess I'll
if
do
you're
it.
up there to like break the ice, just say something funny. Just say a little joke here and there, whatever. Get people to laugh. And I guess he took it quite seriously, but dragged on a
Yeah,
massive
we told
joke.
everybody was having a party at my house.
At
and
midnight
Nobody
on
got
New
it.
Year's Eve.
And as soon as I heard that, I looked and I'm like, Hope.
the face the face of confusion, and then he goes, when did we say we're like he like mouthed it. He said, we're having a party on New Year's Eve?
Because I was working fireworks stand. So if you having a party at my house, I'm not here.
Yeah.
I looked, I screamed to come like, Hope, are we having a party? So I thought that was not cool.
Yeah, he came back and told me that, and I just thought it was funny.
He did. I mean, I think it's funny
I'm gonna get
now.
the video from my grandma. And
I
send
was
it.
this week. I'm like, I don't know what he's gonna say. Like he's gonna say,
I love that.
I'm having a
I
bar
love
mitzvah
that.
at my house or
You
something.
did really good though. You
Thank
didn't
you.
stall up, nothing
Thank
like
you.
that. You did really
I did
good.
stall up a couple of times. I was
Yeah,
like,
but nobody
Nothing,
noticed.
nothing bad. Like you didn't just sit there. Like you kept
Yeah.
rolling.
I used to make my mom worry, and now I got you worrying about what I'm gonna say.
No, you fine.
I ain't gonna say no
I,
bad.
I think you did great.
Thank
Sometimes I'm preaching, and while I'm preaching, I'm like, I forgot what I was saying. So I have to get back to, So
Or you can't find a word. Like you got the word on the tip of your tongue. You just
Yeah,
like,
and by the time I get the word, I forgot what I needed the word for. So I'm like, cheerio, and I don't understand. Like, I've never used that word, but go ahead. So
No, I mean, I was just
cheerio.
like
I'm sorry.
sitting there before, and then right before I did the announcements, they had a song playing. We were just all singing it. And I was like, dude, I don't even want to do announcements. And as soon as I finished, I sat down, and the spirit just hit me like a 18-wheeler. Like, dude, I was like, oh my gosh. Yaelin starts singing right now. Dude, it was, and then having Bobby, Ricky, Ian, Luke, and brother.
it was really good.
And then I think I kept having to go to the bathroom because my nose kept running. But when you said, it was either Exodus or Acts, or you said Exodus 30:12, I think.
Exodus 33.
That one. I was like, you said it. I forgot what it was, but I was like, dude, that was
Yeah, the message was,
That was-
very
that
good.
hit.
Very good.
that hit. It was really
It
good.
literally what we talked about last night at Bible study is what you talked about today.
Really?
Literally,
Yes.
very much so.
Dude. And then
Very
after,
much so.
after
I just
whatever-
don't know it. I'd be peeping over that fence watching y'all in the backyard.
I wouldn't
Be a peeping
put you
Tom.
against it. Whoa.
Put you. You think
Wait,
I'm peeping
is that
over?
a bad thing?
I'm like
Yes.
5'6".
I could definitely.
Ain't nobody looking over.
Okay, you get your little steps to
So
it.
you got your ear.
But I could definitely see us like having a serious conversation and me just looking over in the corner to see Stefan's head just pop over the fence. I can 1,000% see that happen.
Dude, I was praying in the spirit whenever we would circle around everybody at the end, and I was shaking uncontrollably. Like, I was shaking on the ground. I was like,
That was one of my top
Oh my
5
gosh.
moments in my entire
That was awesome.
walk with the Lord.
That was my favorite service ever.
Worshiping in a circle.
That's so much joy after.
I love doing that. That we got to do that more.
Dude, that's
That
why we
was-
set it
that
up
was
the way we set
amazing.
it up is to go
That
up there and
was
worship
amazing.
like that.
Y'all didn't even sing the worship songs y'all were gonna sing.
Then
for-
Bobby's dad,
I didn't need to.
brother.
Yeah.
Bobby didn't turn around. Crickets again. There we go.
There you there you
You and your dad got a gift, bruh.
Why, his dad sings
Yes,
good?
Dad was singing.
Did you not hear his dad?
I did not hear his dad.
Bro.
Apple don't fall from the tree, does it? Shoot.
Oh man.
My mom's not bad at singing, and the apple
No, she's
definitely.
not.
Dude, she
I
was
heard it
praying
too.
in the spirit
the
while
apple
Yaelin
definitely
was
fell
singing. I
from
was
the
like,
tree.
Dude, they was
what is
them
happening
women-
right now?
them women
What
was
is
going
happening?
off
I
in
was
that corner,
freaking
bro.
out. I kept looking at Troy
Dude, it was
like,
going
bro,
wild.
what is going on right now?
The Holy Spirit,
This is
dude.
insane.
Yeah, like it would go
That's so
quiet
cool.
a little bit, and like the women over there, like Jamacia,
Oh.
your mother, bro, they was popping off over there. They was like machine guns in the spirit, bro.
But in a
Like, bro,
good way. I was just like, I don't even know like what's going on. Like I couldn't wrap my head around it.
It was really,
Yeah.
it was
It's Holy
awesome.
Spirit,
Dude.
the presence of God, dude. Like, so preparing for that message, I struggle. Because the further I went into it, the more I understood. Like, the more I started to understand the story, the more I started to realize that I knew nothing. I think we talked about this last week.
Couple times.
Like, that's how
Yeah,
great,
on the podcast.
that's how great God is. Is the more you dig deep to get to know God, the more you realize that you know absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm literally, my mom, like, it's 3 minutes before service, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm preaching on. But I had a message, but I did not know like what I was gonna actually talk about and things like that. So I knew what I was gonna talk about. But so
Dude,
yeah,
it was powerful.
it was
really good.
It was
You-
all,
I'm normally not the type that got like voice during like service, like I don't know. I guess ad libs during service. Well, like, dude, you was just popping off what you were saying, and it was very true. And literally everything you said, we talked about last night.
that's crazy.
I need to add one more thing real quick. I forgot to say this. So Ronald was watching it live at home because his dog, bro. And when Yaelin was singing "Let It Rain," it started raining harder at his house. And he looked out the window and goes, "God, I don't think this is the rain that she meant."
That's funny.
He said as soon as he started singing, it's like it started raining a lot harder.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
That's cool.
Dude, it was
Rain's
hilarious.
good. It means growth. Means growth.
He loved it though.
Yeah.
I said, dude, it didn't do it justice. Your phone's not doing it justice.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. They did a great job. They really did. So hold on. We're gonna invite Yaelin up in here.
Hola, Yaelin, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias. Hi, everybody. I'm Yaelin. I'm who they're talking about. Bye. I love you,
Oh my God, Luke's up in here. We're gonna have to get more podcast microphones.
Is
I
that
just wanted
Luke
to say
without
this
the
is,
beard?
This is Luke without the beard. Beardless Luke, look at me, ugly old Luke. Everybody, look at me and look how ugly I am.
No, you're
not
not
true.
ugly.
That's
Oh,
not true.
thank you. That
Yeah,
means
you don't get my privileges
I
anymore.
will.
No lying in church,
Turned out
buddy.
beautiful.
No lying in church. Sorry.
Bye.
No lying in church.
Bye. I love you.
It's getting late. They're getting tired.
For the love of God.
Oh my god.
Love all of you guys too.
So
I don't know how I feel about
Let's
him coming on me
continue.
like
All
that.
right, Audrey, Ricky.
so
Anyways,
Audrey.
Are you ready for me? Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk over you. I'm sorry.
No,
I
Audrey.
thought-
Audrey. Now it is your turn, right?
It's my turn.
I have now.
Anyway, Yaelin is somebody that I have the pleasure of knowing because her voice, every time she speaks, the elegance that's in her voice, the way it moves you. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a really different feeling when she's the one, leading it and you can hear her voice and how I don't know. I thought it was really nice that the men were also there. You had new guests, and it's just a really different experience because I grew up in a Baptist church, and there's just a whole bunch of people in a line, or maybe just two singers, and you're not really able to connect with them. You're kind of just far away,
Yeah.
and you don't really know the people around you, and you don't want to sing that loud because you're like, I don't want them to hear what I sound like right now. But I don't know. I thought it was a really different experience because you invited people to sing without the instruments, without any other sound except for your voice. And it was just a feeling that jolts through your body when you're the one passionately singing. Everybody else is kind of joining in a chorus. It's very interesting feeling. And I had a lot of energy after that whole experience. After it was over, I was dancing in the parking lot. I was really.
They was jigging in the parking lot.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. I thought it was probably, like, I agree with Troy. It was the best experience that I think I've had.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's what the Lord wants. He wants us to encounter his presence. It's all about his presence. You know, that's what it's about. I mean, like we said in the message, his presence changes everything. I'm broken. I get before God. He makes me whole. I need healing. I get before God. He heals me.
Like the presence, like
I
you were
need
talking
peace.
about.
Yeah, I get
takes the
before
presence.
God. Huh?
It just takes the presence.
That's it.
Like you was harping on that so hard during the message, and it was needed so much. I feel like we forget about it.
Right.
We go through the things of life, but if we were just getting God's presence and just allow him to take it, we wouldn't have to.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's so funny as I preached for 30 minutes before I even got to my message. It was just the Holy Spirit just kept on giving me stuff. So, but man, let's jump to my boy Ricky over here, who had his I wouldn't say debut because I don't want to make it because you worship
about me.
Yes, and I know that you would not want that. But you worship tonight. It's funny is it's real funny. So we had worship practice Wednesday night, and Ricky and Bobby both came, and they were like, "We're just here just to practice. We're not going to do worship." We're like, "Yeah, whatever." And they're like, "No, really, we're not doing worship." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then so
and
after,
all of a sudden, Stefan's like, "What's up, Ricky? This is what you're doing on Friday."
I did. I was like, about worship Friday night. You got a solo. No, I'm joking.
That would be wild. That would be so cool.
But I pushed him. I'm not gonna lie, I pushed him. But
good because dude sounded amazing.
Yeah, a mama bird's got to push the bird out of the nest, see if it flies, and hopefully it flies. If not, it dies.
There were certain times where like you could hear you over everybody else, dude, and it sounded amazing.
Also,
Absolutely.
Explain how it was because you went from, worshiping, not leading worship to leading worship with people, from being on a worship team, from being in the crowd. I hate the crowd because we worship together.
The congregation.
Yes, congregation to be in on. So how was it for you? Coming from like Wednesday night with practice and all of that because we practice different. Like
Oh yeah, when I tell you this was the most unprepared for anything I think I've ever been in my life, and it couldn't have gone more perfectly. Like I just had fun, honestly, because so I remember there was a time at youth, and we were having a discussion with the younger kids about I think me and Troy and Keith Morrell, we were all three talking to the younger kids about like our favorite parts about pursuing Jesus, and mine is just like I love to worship God. I love who God is, and I love worship. And the more that I go deeper in my faith, the more I learn about worship and the heart behind it and what it means. And spending all that time, like I've put like 150,000 miles on my car driving and worshiping the Lord, because I live in a house.
Wait, where did we leave from yesterday night? Bible study. We left Bible study at past midnight,
and I'm out here on the causeway worshiping the Lord.
Getting in my bed, this dude like, I'm on the South Shore. I'm like,
I mean, look.
I mean, if you're gonna drive, don't pay the causeway toll.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a tag.
Oh, all right. Oh, fan. I'm about to lose you.
I know where I'm going.
Shoot, I gotta pay $6 every time I go across that thing.
$6?
No, $6 is crazy.
It went up. Yeah,
Wow, that's wild. It used to be $3.
But I really like I spent all these years I'm just like learning how to sing, not only how to sing just technically, but also like how to worship God, like in song. And I remember telling Stefan when I was still in youth, I was like, I really feel like I want to sing, but I just don't even know how. Like I don't know anything about me. I still don't know what everything means. Like you could ask me all this musical term. I don't know anything of this.
I remember the moment I heard him sing.
Yeah, we was just were we talking on the podcast about how you
would
jump over the fence and all that? Yeah, this man, I was worshiping God.
I got asked to preach somewhere, and I brought him and Troy with me. and
Yep.
they put worship on, and like before, the service, and I was walking back and forth praying in front of Ricky, and I caught a glimpse of him doing but it was beautiful. I was like,
No.
I'm like, hold up. So I kept on as I would walk past him. I dig in and kind of lean in, lean in.
No, so I opened my eyes and here's Stefan just right in front of my face.
I was
Stefan.
definitely it was sketch.
I wish I was a fly on the
But,
wall
like-
situation to see Stefan.
I remember I sat down with a pastor I'm friends with across the lake, and he told me the verse that says it's a sin to know what to do and not to do it. And I sat on that for a while because I'm like, okay, I know the Lord gave me this voice, and there's only one reason that he could have given it to me. Like, I mean, he doesn't want us to sing things that don't glorify him, and I started to realize that it was like a part of my calling, and it scared me because I was like, I don't like to be vulnerable like that in front of people because singing makes you vulnerable, and and it did. I mean, I was very there was a moment where I had to stop singing. Like I had to get on the ground. I had to stop singing because the glory of God was just like all over the place, and I just couldn't I couldn't open my mouth anymore. But
I'm listening.
I'm trying to remember what I was
Stefan, no phones on the table.
I don't have
No phones under the table. We don't do that. No, so
Shame.
I don't have a phone.
I started to
I was
just
on a watch.
So one thing the pastor had encouraged me to do was hone in on that gift and steward it. Because when God gives you something, like we should steward that, because
Definitely.
nothing that he gives us actually belongs to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gift, but it's not ours. And
It's a blessing.
it's a blessing. And so I just started to take the past couple months to really not only learn how to control my voice better, but also just how to how to let go of that anxiety and that fear of being vulnerable in front of other people. And then one day we were at a Christmas party and they started playing these karaoke songs, and of course I sang Tennessee Whiskey, but
Dude, he sang really good.
it was just
Like he honestly surprised me because
It was-
I heard him
yeah,
sing
he's heard him sing before, yeah.
before he actually started getting into it, working on it.
He got
You know,
grilled.
it was alright. You know, I needed a little bit of work,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
alright. But he
But that
started
was months
singing that
before.
song, dude, and I was like, "Whoa,
And-
this
Yeah,
man
but-
worked on. Like,
and
it sounds good."
He got grilled for his song choice.
I chose that song.
I know, but somebody was like, "You better not sing that. You better sing something."
Oh yeah. Oh
So
no,
he
y'all.
changed-
So we had to change the song halfway through because you just
Your mama was singing, was rewriting the lyrics.
Miss
as we was
Miss
going.
Laura. I always know that if when in doubt, Miss Laura is going to correct me. Okay.
Oh yes, yes, she will.
And I am so if you're watching this, Miss Laura, I love you and I thank you.
She is
Thank you.
one of the mothers of the church. We have
but-
quite a few.
But honestly, I've been praying the past 2 days just for the Lord to for his presence to just fall. I prayed that, I wouldn't cause a distraction, because when we started worship practice on Wednesday, I ended up failing trying to sing in a different key that I shouldn't have been singing in. And I just prayed, but really I just prayed for the power of God to fall, and it did. And honestly, it was just the best experience ever, because there's nothing I love more than just exalting God. It's one, I'm blessed that we live in a country where we can do that.
Definitely.
I could not imagine how it would feel to not be allowed to pursue
To
God.
be murdered if
Yeah.
you were found with a Bible.
I love the Lord and I love this life that he's given me, and this walk has been such a blessing, and the fact that I can do it freely, I feel like that is taken for granted so often. But the fact that we all got to experience tonight, because tonight was just incredible. I loved when everybody circled around like that, dude. That was just so awesome.
That was cool. I didn't want to stop. How many
No.
times? How many times did I say one
You
more
said
time?
one
Dude,
more
he
time,
said
one
one
more
more
time.
time at least 20 times.
After-
Eventually, I
after-
looked up at him and we locked eyes. I'm just like, bro,
You a liar.
in church, bro, lying in church.
That's a bingo hole. But but I couldn't stop. I had a hard time. You
I
know?
didn't want to
Dude,
stop
it
praying.
was
Like
great.
you said, all right, everybody, have a good night. And I was still praying. I didn't want to stop.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
I didn't wanna
I was
stop.
shaking.
Dude, I can't wait till we
I
get
was
the
like,
building,
When
dude.
we get a building.
We
It's gonna be
still gonna be
wild.
singing, y'all. Y'all might not see a podcast sometimes. We
When
might.
we get a building.
It's gonna be wild. It's
There
gonna be
will be
awesome.
no more podcasts.
When we get a building, there will not be a time frame.
No,
That's crazy.
There will not be a time frame.
praise God.
I'll sleep at the church sometimes.
There will be no sleeping at the church. I'm joking. I'm playing.
Makes
But
me sad.
I'm joking. But man, I did have a.
You mean like a bunk at the church?
I had
I know
a.
rent's been pretty expensive. look,
Oh shoot.
Where you live at the church? No, you
Imagine.
don't.
What church? The church.
Yeah, which one? The one behind? No, I'm joking. Y'all weren't there. That's a funny story. I had my shirt on the church and was at a pastor's conference. And I was outside of the food truck and this lady pointed to my chest. No, she said, "Hey, where's the church?" So I turned around, like, church is right there. Like, you know? And she's like, no. And she pointed, she had a cane. She pointed at my chest. She's like, where is the church? Your church. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is the name of my church. So it just confused me. I
Dude,
was,
just the fact that you have a church now is still like mind-boggling to me because I'm
It
my
is
youth
really-
pastor for so long. Like we were talking about
were
this
just
last
talking
night.
about this.
Last night, like looking back 2 years ago. What were we talking?
so it was actually today. So we were talking. And
Yeah, it was today.
We said, like I think you had said, like. So I told you know how you brought up had the day that me, Troy, and Kristen went
Yes,
to La
that's what
Coretta?
it was.
I mean, not La Coretta, Habaneros.
Yeah, yeah.
Right after church, and like how beautiful it was. It was like the first time we ever like did anything, and we were all like trying to grow in the Lord. And like I brought that up to Troy, just because I like talking about like memories and stuff like that. It's really awesome. And Troy said like if you would have told me
For
that
real.
2 years later, bro. I would have been like, what are you talking about? Like
How fast 2 years went by
I know,
was crazy.
but it feels like it's been like 5
Used to it.
lives. Like it's been.
been a lot of stuff.
If you told me 2 years ago that I'd be pastoring a church, I'd have been like, yeah, it's your mind. No, I did know that we would be pastoring. I just didn't know it would look like it is. I didn't know it would be the type of church that it is. Just,
Mhm.
you know, but that's just the Lord. That's
But
just
the
how.
fact that like that the focus here is worshiping God, I feel like is so pure because like worship in its purest form is never about us. And like there's something about when you let go of yourself and you just pursue God and only God, that like this like atmosphere is like just this incredible indescribable thing, and the fact that we get to experience that every week is just awesome. And every day, I mean, what we forget is that like we can do that every single day. We can go after God any day of the week, anytime. And it's just been a blessing to really experience like the true power of God. And you know, you shed light on the fact that like worship sometimes like in the Western church, like we've made worship about us.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we've realigned ourselves to not makes it so much more powerful.
Like today, like I was really trying to, like I kept catching myself, like trying to, when I was worshiping, like trying to make myself sing good. And it was sounding all right, but like I kept getting convicted, like, why does it matter? You're worrying too much about you singing. At this point, you're just singing. You're not even worshiping. And your worship's supposed to be focused on me. If you're focused on how your voice sounds, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, it's true. We could so easily get distracted.
Yeah.
Make it about us, you know. So, well, you jumped on a microphone, so it seemed like
No.
you pulled and slide.
I did, yeah. I was
So-
gonna say another thing about the.
All right, that was great. That was great. So, no, I'm playing. I'm playing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I have
Is
the
that-
mic? I have
Yes.
the mic. Okay.
Yes. You go for it. It's all yours.
I was gonna say the other thing. I used to be really self-conscious about my voice too. Like I cannot control how high or low that goes. If my voice cracks, I don't know. It's scary, but I thought it was a really, like I said, very different experience because it didn't matter. You heard everybody. Does not matter. Anybody who was good, bad. It was not your choice to judge. It's not your. You don't have an option to judge. You know,
Yeah.
because you're also there to just worship God.
Shouldn't be focused on what other
Yeah,
people
you
sound
shouldn't
like.
be focused on anybody or even yourself.
Yeah.
You're there.
I will
'cause your
say,
voice is supposed to project.
I got the privilege to sit next to Megan while she was worshiping. That lady can sing.
Oh, she can
hopped,
sing.
She hopped on that mic, vote. She got in for just a little second.
Yeah,
She
she
can sing
good.
amazing.
Yo, I
She
didn't know what was
sings
going on.
absolutely amazing.
Yaelin was pointing in my direction, and I had no clue why she was pointing at me. And then Megan comes from behind me, bro. and I'm like, oh, this is about to get
Dude,
real
she can
good.
sing crazy good.
That's
It's like
awesome.
stupid natural.
We
with
need
her.
more
I
microphones because my boy Ian was stuck behind a guitar. So I started singing.
That man can sing too. That dude's like a jack of all trades.
I know.
You know, it's crazy. So God tells us He's going to give us a church, and the
For real.
worship, the worship
Definitely.
is going to draw people in. And we laughed because we were like, we don't worship. And then the Lord just started sending people that love worship, but not only that, people like that are like you've been with us from day one. You know, so it's like He didn't send you because you were there already, and we had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got saved through worship.
Well, the fact that like everything that happened and all that has led up to this
Yeah.
is like,
I go back to them lakefront days, dude. And it's
Dude,
crazy. I go
God's-
back to when we were in here doing church.
I know.
It's just wild.
But like
bro.
even like from
Yeah.
youth, like I just like can't believe like God's plan was like this awesome. Like I mean, it's really
it's
like just
cool. This is
great.
dope. Like this is literally what I prayed for
Yeah,
for
It's
a long
cool.
time.
It is cool. I'm having a time of my life.
yeah.
But like, dude, like let's take a chance because none of y'all were here for it. But like when we had it here and we were literally playing YouTube worship,
Y'all, I was balling every.
it was
time.
who was it? It was me, Rick, you, Marcy, Mike, Heather, John. Who
Yeah,
that was
just-
I
probably
think
it.
that was pretty much it.
Yeah, we had a few other
Laura,
people.
Jeannie. That was it, dude.
Yeah. Just
and then
worship.
it went to the lakefront. That was doing really
Yeah, we got
good.
some people. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
that-
who
Mandy.
Mandy and some others. Donna, I think, started coming when we did that. Then moved to the bingo hall, and that's when Yaelin and Luke popped up. And that's when you
That's when
started.
they brought
coming.
me.
You, Bobby, Don, everybody who's here
everybody
now,
else,
and it's
yeah.
just growing. It's just
Yeah.
awesome because we're all like one family. Audrey,
That's
just awesome.
That's
And
what it is.
everybody here wants to grow in the Lord, and I love that. Like I love the fact that we are all pursuing the same thing, because nothing else matters when you're pursuing God. It doesn't matter what your walk of life is. It doesn't matter what your career is. It doesn't matter what college or school you go to. Like none of that matters. We all want the same thing, and like that is the most important thing to have in common is
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, what we talked about last week, and we'll close after this. But Jesus, his family, you got Mary and Joseph, and they're going as a caravan to go to the for the day of Passover, the feast of Passover, right? They all go in as a town. They went to worship together as not just a family but a town, and like it's like us, like we're with each other throughout the week. So we're going
Yeah.
knowing one another versus being in a church where you're worshiping and you don't know the person next to you.
yeah.
But
Right.
you've seen them every Sunday for
Sunday.
a year or two, and you don't know anything other than the fact that hey, they can't sing because I sit next to them every Sunday, or hey, like they just I don't know something about them. But and I think that's the beautiful thing about it is we're together throughout the week, so we're when we go and worship, we're going to worship together. Like we have
Yeah.
one mind, one accord,
Like
one
I show
body,
up
one
at church
spirit.
and I know every face there. And
And
I've
yeah.
had
Yeah.
conversations throughout the week already with all
With
these
all of
people.
them. Yeah.
Right. I just think that's cool, man. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's
Awesome.
It's the Holy Spirit, you know. So does anybody else have anything they want to close with before we roll out? Because we're hitting that time limit, and I do want to keep these kind of, at somewhat of a decent time.
Well, like, when's the deep dive? You want to like do those announcements?
Well, we do have a deep dive.
That's my job.
Go ahead, Mr.
for it.
Announcements.
I'm kidding. You go ahead, do it.
We have a deep dive.
January
January-
14th. Here.
January-
What's the address?
Uh,
Iroquois Drive,
I don't know if
101.
I
Yeah, I don't know if we should.
Don't
I
say
don't
it.
quote that.
don't
quote
think
that.
that's a good idea to be
yeah.
out in his address.
Go check.
Well,
I do.
they
it
got
on-
to come here for the deep dive.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can text them.
So we have
Oh,
a
you right. You
no,
right.
we have a deep dive at our house. You can go online on our website and look at that, or look at our Facebook as well.
Wait.
Deep dives actually.
Your address is on the website?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, it is what it is.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
It ain't my house. It's the Lord's house. I mean, I ain't got nothing. What they gonna steal? My TV?
I'm about to steal that 5 pin in the bag. That thing nice.
Yeah,
I
that
mean-
thing
Okay.
is
I'm about to get whatever the heck you get. Tangerine.
What?
the kumquats.
No, I got-
Kumquats?
No,
No, those were nasty. He gave me
You
that.
watch tripping. Them things was nice.
I said,
Them things
what?
was good.
I gave him one
He's-
that wasn't ripe, and he was.
I
tried
asked
it, they
him
not
4
good.
times to tell me what it was. I said, what?
He ain't never heard of a kumquat.
I honestly didn't.
My
at
boy
all.
looked like he was eating a warhead. You know, you see When people's like he was just
Oh,
eyes
my
rolling by on his head. It was
That
hilarious.
tangerines made it taste
Then I
better,
told
though.
him to eat the skin, and he's like, no. I'm like, man, just eat the skin. He's like, no.
Did you peel the skin off?
No,
Look, like this big.
No, you know how you eat a crawfish
Yeah.
tail? That's how I did it.
That's,
I took the insides
That don't
out.
make
Dude,
no
you
type
just
of
I
chewed
sense.
the whole
like
thing.
squeezed it and went.
yeah, so that's how you're supposed to eat it. So you bite
Really?
the end of it off, and then you and like kind of squeeze the inside out, and that's the sweet.
Interesting.
And then you have the skins like kind of like a minty.
Then we found a
Tart.
half potato,
I just
half
threw
lemon.
it all in my
Yeah.
mouth.
So I have these lemons.
What?
Yeah,
A
I don't know if it's an orange or a lemon. I don't know.
Mixed breed lemon? A mixed breed lemon?
I don't know what it is, but it tastes
Is it a
terrible.
ramen?
I'll tell you
It
that.
doesn't know.
I'm like, I opened it the other day, and I'm like, this is, I don't know what's going on here. I got a tree that's laying down, that's disconnected, and it's still growing
And it's
fruit.
still going.
It's
Dude, I had
disconnected.
2 trees that fell in the back, all the way in the back of my property from Ida. They still living. They
That's
all the
crazy.
way uprooted and they got green leaves.
Yep.
I know, it's crazy.
Wow.
But
That's
look,
weird.
so we do have a deep dive January 14 at our house at 10 a.m. Deep dives, I love them. We take a scripture, we break it down in the Greek or the Hebrew, and we basically talk about that scripture for probably about 2 hours. And it's actually, I love it. And then we do have some big plans to actually start doing church on Sundays eventually. So we'll do like discipleship, and just basically, hey, I'm saved. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm set free. What do I do now?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Through
Absolutely.
discipleship and things like that, But yeah. So anybody else have anything to say? Because we're about to put the end in. All right. Well, we love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody say bye.
Adios.
Bye. Adios. Bye. Peace.
Hasta luego.